Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
Well, it was a great start, I guess you could say, but all eyes are on the skies this afternoon. As Paul Gross is here tracking the potential for some wet weather, we'll let you know when the rain could impact you. And new information this afternoon after 2 people are killed, and it could be the result of street racing. We've got a closer look at the lives that were lost and why their deaths were so senseless. But first, we do want to begin with breaking news right now at noon. Sky 4 taking us live over a scene here. It's on US 23 in Northfield Township in Washtenaw County. This is where an 18-wheeler, as you can see here, has crashed, forcing crews to have to shut down traffic in both directions. This crash topping our news at noon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Everett Cassimy. The semi was heading north when it hit a car, crossed the median, and then crashed into a pickup heading south. There were serious injuries, and we know crews rushed the pickup driver by helicopter to the University of Michigan Hospital. Of course, we'll be sure to check on the conditions of the drivers and the passengers, and also let you know once US 23 reopens. In other news, breaking here this afternoon, a disturbing discovery. This is on the city's east side. We're just learning that a woman's body was found stashed inside of a dumpster. Investigators were called to the scene. It's right near the Parkview Tower off of East Lafayette, just a block from the Coleman A. Young Municipal Center. Around 9 this morning is when that discovery was made. Right now, there's no word on this woman's identity, but the investigation is continuing. And there's new information this afternoon after 2 people are killed, and their deaths could be the result of street racing. As we take a look at video from the scene last night, the high-speed crash happened on 7 Mile Road in between Greenfield and Hubble. That's on Detroit's west side. Local 4's Sean Lay joining us live now from the scene with a closer look at the lives that were lost. Sean, this is so tragic.
Just met with family members, and they're absolutely devastated, as you might imagine. A mother of 3 and her boyfriend stopping at this Save-On to pick up some food. They live just up the street here. When they pulled out, they were hit. Now, a family member also bringing some balloons here to start a memorial for these 2. In the meantime, Detroit police officer watched the security camera footage of this accident with us. He says it was clear 3 cars were involved and all 3 were street racing.
This is Eugenia Freisen, a mother of 3. Police say it's clear Ms. Freisen had the green light, the right-of-way, pulling out onto West 7 Mile Tuesday evening. She had no idea what was speeding right towards her. A man driving a Dodge Challenger slammed into her, killing her and her boyfriend, Sherman Wright. Freisen's family tells us they are devastated, and right now they are asking for privacy. There were 3 drivers of Dodge Challengers that were involved. Detroit police officers who patrol West 7 Mile instantly recognized them in this video as frequent street racers and reckless drivers. The driver that hit Freisen got out and ran, then came back to get something out of his car, and then ran off again. We're told police were able to get him into custody.
Back here live, we just got a look at some brand new security camera footage of the driver of the Challenger that hit these 2 running down the street here. It is absolutely eye-opening. Much more on that later on Local 4 News. Everett, back to you.
All righty, Sean, thank you. Well, turning our attention to the forecast now, man, the start to a beautiful day here in Metro Detroit. As we take a live look from our Windsor sky cam there, a beautiful shot of the Detroit River. What is that, the princess on the water there, Paul? Makes you think of boating season, right?
Yeah, looks like it. And I tell you what, Everett, what a nice day. Look at this, 70 degrees in Detroit, 70 degrees at Metro Airport in Romulus, 70 all the way up in Flint. 72 in Port Huron. That is the warm spot right now. Beautiful, beautiful morning. We are tracking some showers to the north, and if you look carefully, there has been one little lightning stroke there. So we're going to watch this through the afternoon, and here's the computer model just to show you what's going to happen. So by mid to late afternoon, scattered showers, not everybody getting one. Most of them north of 8 Mile, and as we progress into the evening, notice they go away, so that's good news if you go into the Tiger game tonight. And through the afternoon, we're going to get up into the mid-70s for a high, and again, that chance for a scattered shower, maybe even a little rumble of thunder later in the afternoon. We'll talk about the weekend forecast straight ahead.
All righty, Paul, thank you. So Alabama is just one signature away from outlawing almost all abortions in the state. The legislation passed by the state Senate overnight is described as the most restrictive in the nation and would punish doctors who perform the procedure with life in prison. Here's Kerry Sanders to break it all down from Montgomery, Alabama.
After weeks of divisive debate, this going to be unconstitutional.
So life is the question.
Overnight, senators in Alabama state legislature voted 25-6 to make abortion at any stage of pregnancy a felony.
House Bill 314 passes.
The crime punishable with up to 99 years in prison for the abortion providers. The only exception is when a pregnancy represents a serious health risk to the mother. Last night, an amendment was dropped that would have made exemptions for cases of rape and incest. The bill's sponsor admits her goal was not to stop all abortions, but to force the Supreme Court to reconsider Roe v. Wade's defining question.
Is the baby in a womb a person? And we believe technology and science shows that it is.
No justice! No peace!
Protesters gathered outside the State House. Among their complaints, this law will directly impact women. Yet 85% of lawmakers in Alabama are men.
Roe v. Wade is overturned. You will go back to the days where women are having abortions in back alleys.
The 1973 decision ruled women have the fundamental right to choose whether or not to have an abortion. Alabama is not the only state pushing for a federal legal challenge to Roe. 29 states have introduced abortion restrictions so far this year. The bill sponsors here in Alabama say that this was all designed to go to the Supreme Court to challenge Roe v. Wade, in part because it says that life begins when a woman discovers she's pregnant, which can be a week or months after conception. Kerry Sanders, NBC News, Montgomery, Alabama.
All right, thank you, Kerry. Back here at home now, Governor Gretchen Whitmer says that she will veto the anti-abortion bills passed by the Republican-led legislature. The bills ban an abortion procedure performed in the second trimester. Both the House and the Senate fell short of the two-thirds majority needed to override a veto. Governor Whitmer turned to Twitter to slam the bills, tweeting, "The Michigan legislature knows that I will not sign any laws that deprive women of bodily autonomy. So right now, they're just wasting time on the taxpayers' dime." President Trump's oldest son will testify before a Senate panel. CNN has learned that Trump Jr.'s interview will be limited in time and scope, lasting up to 4 hours and covering a maximum of 6 topics. The 2016 Trump Tower meeting with Russians promising damaging information on Hillary Clinton and a proposed Trump Tower project in Moscow are not off limits. Meanwhile, the U.S. State Department has ordered all non-emergency employees and families to leave Iraq. The reason, escalating tensions with Iran. Richard Engel takes a closer look.
U.S. officials tell NBC News the Pentagon has drawn up contingency plans that include sending up to 120,000 U.S. troops to the Middle East if Iran attacks American forces or accelerates work on its nuclear program. The story was first reported by the New York Times yesterday. President Trump dismissed it.
Fake news, okay? Now, would I do that? Absolutely. But we have not planned for that. Hopefully, we're not going to have to plan for that.
A short time after that, Iran's supreme leader seemed to respond in kind, saying, "We don't seek a war with the United States." But risks remain. The U.S. accelerated the deployment of an aircraft carrier strike group to the Persian Gulf this month to counter what U.S. officials described, without providing specifics, as threats from Iran or its proxies against U.S. forces. And this weekend, there was a mysterious apparent attack on 4 tankers in the Persian Gulf, 2 owned by Iran's enemy, Saudi Arabia. Iran denies responsibility. And then overnight, CENTCOM announced that thousands of U.S. troops in Iraq and Syria have been put on high alert because of what it called credible threats from Iran or their allies. In Syria, where some 2,000 U.S. troops helped defeat ISIS, Iran has military advisors and the support of Hezbollah, a battle-hardened militia. In Iraq, U.S. troops may be even more exposed. Iranian-backed militias are widespread, including within the Iraqi security forces. And this morning, the U.S. State Department ordered the departure of non-emergency U.S. government employees from the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad and the consulate in Erbil as tensions with Iran continue to grow. Richard Engel, NBC News, London.
All right, still to come here on Local 4 News at noon. Alarming new audio reveals the second deadly Boeing 737 MAX crash could have been avoided. We'll tell you about the concerns that pilots warned about before that plane eventually went down. But first, we have a recall alert for Ford pickup drivers. Next at noon, the reason hundreds of trucks could just start rolling away and what you need to do immediately. But we are continuing to follow breaking news out of Washtenaw County this afternoon as we take a look from the ground here. This is right near US 23 in Northfield Township. An 18-wheeler crash has forced crews to shut down traffic in both directions. There you see the 18-wheeler off in a ditch. We do know that several people were hurt, drivers and passengers. So we're going to check on the conditions of them and let you know once US 23 has reopened a little bit later.